Good morning. Welcome to another session. I hope you all doing well. Right. Let's jump into what we've got for today. Beginning with the dollar as usual. So yesterday we did get quite an eventful day. Let's put these daily dividers in. We got such an eventful day where price drove all the way down and then drove all the way back up. If you remember, on Monday I did mention when price was up here that I would like them to take out Friday's high, okay, and then send it back down to run this low. And for some reason, I don't know if it was my platform, but they left equal lows there, and then yesterday rated it and then came all the way back up again, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Yesterday I was watching price and how I knew. I'm going to show you how I knew, or maybe I'll leave that later. Okay, we do that at the end. I'll show you how I knew there was a reversal coming in here and how I sent out the signal for Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar. Okay, but for now let's focus on what we have in price, and my eyes is still up here, okay, for the equal high. So we still bullish on short term, bullish. Long term we are going down, but short term we are going up, which is bullish. Okay, today I want to see if they will come and raid this equal high. What I don't want to see is this equal high here. I don't want to see price close below it today. I mean, doing London or New York, I don't want to see price close below. If we do close below it, okay, that's a problem. They will probably come deeper, and this might keep price in a range, and it will make it harder to trade. Okay, so what I don't want to see is I don't want to see price go below this low, this high, and that's why I've got this line drawn out there. We've come there and we've rejected on the 5 minutes. Okay, we've run above this low again, so I want to see a continuation to the upside, and if we do get that, we'll be targeting the 94 level, which is where the equal high is, and then that should send continue to send the foreign currencies to the downside. Okay, on this one, like I said, keep a piece on for a continuation to the downside. My eyes is on this low here, that last week's low. That's where my eyes is on. Maybe we might not get it this week, but next week we will definitely be looking for this low and that low to be taken. Okay, if price decides to retrace a little bit, watch this level for a possible bounce. Okay, so if you're still short, okay, watch this level here for a possible bounce, and if we do decide to go into a bit of a retracement, then I'll be looking for another sell. Let's go into the 4 hour, let's take it from the 4 hour in here. Yeah, it's a combination of this, just like I did here. It's either we sell up here or we sell the last up candle, which is this one. It was both together, and yesterday when I saw the reversal, I decided to send it because I was looking for this up candle as where I wanted to sell. But when I saw the dollar trying to reverse, then I thought, okay, we might not probably get up there, so we decided to sell this one. Same thing in here. Okay, if it does decide to retrace, then we will take another sell up here. Okay, and we'll be targeting this low and that low. Okay, not the best risk to reward. I'll probably give a sign when it's ready, so do not worry about this one. Okay, I'll give a sign when it's ready, because there might be some kind of a deeper retracement into this last up candle in here. Right, so I will see what's going on, and then we can take advantage of that one. This one I think is very weak. We all know why it's very weak. I'm not gonna go on there. New Zealand is weak. Yesterday we did have the rate announcement. If you didn't pay attention to that, we did have the rate announcement. Like I said, they were going to keep it exactly as it is, but it's just I don't see the news as something impactful to take price anywhere, rather than continuation of what is already in place. We're already bearish on this pair, so it just made it quicker. Alright, so we can see we are pushing back down. We might see some form of a bounce because of this low here. Okay, because of this low and that low, we might see some form of a bounce, and we did take out this low. So if we do bounce, okay, look to sell again right here. Yeah, if you do get a bounce, look to sell right there and then target this low. Okay, so if you do see price come up here, again I will send a notification, but if in case I'm not around in front of the screen and price does get up here, then you do take another sell for a continuation to the downside. Okay, and ultimately look at this down here. That's where my eyes is on. It's just too clean, sideways. We might get price down here, going into mid-August. We're already near mid-August. Going to next week and the week after, we'll be looking for price to come here ultimately. So like I said, keep a piece on to see how far this thing is willing to go. If we do get a retracement, we'll be looking to sell again. Okay, so that's the business on this. Euro. Okay, so as you guys were busy with what I gave you, I was busy on this one. Yeah, we did run this high and then rejected, so I decided to sell. You already know this, the rejection pattern. Okay, we run a high, we reject, so I sold the opening of this candle here. So if I drop down, you're gonna see right there on this candle I sold there, and then I targeted this equal low. Okay, it wasn't a lot of pips considered the other two, but I just decided to just jump on this one. Okay, overall this one is still bullish. We've not broken this low yet, although I'm looking forward for that to be broken. When the dollar hits the 94 level, I'll be looking for this low to be broken. So if we do get price to retrace back up to this last up candle again, what I don't want to see is us trade above this high. If we do trade above that high, then chances are price is gonna retrace. Chances are price is gonna retrace to the last up candle, so I'll be looking for a sell up there. Okay, with a stop. And I'm gonna show you something that happened yesterday as I was doing some scalping on this one, and maybe you take note of it and maybe kind of play with it, not play with it, but use it, because it's gonna help you. So what happened with my scalping yesterday was right in here, okay, we did had a run above this high and a run above that 4-hour level, and we rejected. So in here I did go short, okay, I did go short up there with my stop here. Yeah, that's where I placed my stop. And then guess what, price retraced, it came back down, cool, and then price retraced up again, and then on this candle my spread, the spread on my account closed my trade, and then as soon as it closed, the price just did this. Okay, as soon as price closed, it didn't get to my stop, but the spread did. Yeah, and then it closed me out, and then price dropped. So I wrote that in my journal, and that is a lesson for me, and I'm giving that to you as well. Always give yourself some wiggle room from where you place your stop. So if your stop is just here, okay, give yourself a wiggle room, just in case of spread. Okay, that was a mini tossing there. So if we do get price to retrace to this last up candle, okay, I'll be looking for another sell, and this time I'll be targeting this low and probably that low as well, okay, and we might get a breakdown, so we might see price go into a bit of a retracement. The level you see up here is a monthly level, so this can cause price to drop down a little bit more, but that's subject to be seen yet. So let's see if this thing close above here, then I'll be looking for a bigger retracement up here, and I'll look for a continuation to the downside. Okay, pound, same thing on this, but I didn't trade this one because euro pound was bearish, so I didn't trade this one. But if price is to get back up here, okay, if price is to get back up here, I'll be interested in a sell, and I'll be looking, this was a low, a lower low, price came back down, gave it a bounce into where this last down candle combination with the up candle, okay, so the last up candle is there, the last down candle is there, so combination of them, price hits it and then it dropped. If we do get up here, this low I'll be targeting. Right, ideally I wanted this equal high to be run first, that's my personal preference, but I'm gonna I'm gonna show you something later on. I'll leave that for later. Okay, so if we do get price to come up here, then we look for another sell for a continuation to the downside. Yeah, we look for another sell for a continuation to the downside. We have this low, that low as well could be. Yeah, so let's see if we don't, and then we break above this, then we'll be looking for a run to that equal high. Okay, whichever comes first. So if we do get this short, then we take it down here. If we get stopped out, then we flip the trade and then we take it to the upside. Okay, for those of you, just a quick toss in, for those of you interested in Bitcoin, okay, I did do some analysis. If you want, yeah, that's the level I'm watching price to get to. Okay, so I was kind of looking for retracement, look for retracement. Don't jump in right now. Look for retracement to maybe somewhere in here, or at least there. Yeah, and then your stop goes. You don't want to place it here because of what I just explained. So give yourself a wiggle room and then target there for now. Okay, just before I forget. Alright, let's jump back in this one. On Euro Pound, we're almost down to our TP2. We can see clearly price is what it's like. We are rolling ball to the downside. Okay, it's just bouncing, so slowly it's coming down. Okay, so you want to focus on that side. I don't think there's any re-entry given. It didn't get to quite the level I wanted it to get to. Yesterday I did say if we do close inside this, okay, we might see price go up a little bit more. We did close, and then price went to this last up candle and then rejection. Maybe we could have sold up here, but again, it's hindsight, so it's not important. Ideally I wanted to see even price come all the way up here before a sell over, because the weekly started and then we've just dropped down. That's not ideal. Okay, that's not ideal for when I'm bearish. When I'm bearish, I want to see at least a move to the upside a little bit on the weekly candle. I want to see a bit of move to the upside. Okay, so something like this, weekly start, and then there's a bit of move to the upside, and then the rest of the week we drop down. That's what I wanted to see here. So maybe today is Wednesday, anything can happen. They can send this thing all the way up here, okay, and then just reject back down. So be mindful. Let your stop be where it is. Okay, you've taken partial, so you do not lose anything on this trade. Okay, so let's see if price will just drop down, or if it does come all the way up here, we'll look for a sell there. Okay, Aussie New Zealand, yesterday I did mention we are attacking this high, right? And we did eventually attacked it. I was looking for retracement back down to here before a continuation. Yeah, I was looking for retracement back down here before a continuation, but we didn't get that. It just decided to just stream back up for some reason. As soon as we finished the live session, price decided to just clean that high. So we're still looking for a continuation. What I want to see, okay, is price to close above it. If we do not close above it, then that's a problem. Then this could be just a run on stop, and they could just be coming back down. However, if you look on the weekly, we did run this high, yeah, and then rejected. So if they've come back up again, then it means that they don't want to go down. Okay, they are not willing to go down, they want to take price up. Therefore we go with that one. One thing that I would point to you for you to know that this thing is going up is by observing this on the monthly time frame. Okay, and it'll give you a clue why that pair should continue going up. Okay, so this one has made a lower low, and this one has made a higher low. So you can see why Aussie is stronger than the New Zealand. So there's a chance that this thing will continue going up. Okay, this thing will continue going up. So we just have to keep buying any retracement to 4-hour levels would be ideal for buy. That's why I was looking for this 4-hour level for a buy. It didn't quite get there, but it's fine. It will create more of these 4-hour levels. Last night they gave their rate announcement news, and it did retrace to this 4-hour level and kept pushing up, right? So we will be looking for longs. The next upside objective, let's have a look on the weekly. Let's go on to the monthly. We've traded above that's August, that's June's high. Okay, we've traded above a monthly high. So usually when we do trade above a monthly high, that's a lot of money being pushed. So we want to see if we can close above it on the weekly basis. If we do close above it this week, okay, next week price might find support. Price might find support here and then push price up again. What I want to target, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry for that. What I want to target, I know we are in VIP, so no need to hide, okay, is to measure this down candle. Remember, we are going up and we've traded above a down candle. It does work on the monthly as well. So what I want to target now is this that level. We are on the monthly, so the 127 is going to be a target. 168 could be a target as well. So going into maybe next week, that will be our target, right? If we do manage to stay above this high. If we don't, then that's a complete different scenario, okay? But we need to stay above this high. So let's see if we can stay above that high, and if we do, then we'll be looking for long on the 4-hour to take us to that level. Yeah, you can see prices rejecting. That's their June monthly high. So we could potentially we've still not managed to close above it. On the 4-hour it looks like we have, but on the lower time frame, every price movement above this has been rejected. Okay, so let's see. Once we manage to close above it, we will see price drive to this level, and that's over 82 pips. Not a lot, but on this pair it is, because this pair doesn't move that much, right? So let's see what happens. Euro yen, yesterday I did see, I said we should stay away, yes, because price was sideways, but I did see this last down candle traded through. Okay, when we did trade through it, it was a lot of energy. I saw, or I could see that there's a lot of money put into this one. That's why I gave the signal on that. I wanted price to come to this down candle before we push up, but if you measure, it did come to the opening price. Without, if you didn't go onto the lower time frame, you wouldn't have seen it. But when price was retracing yesterday, it did come to the opening price, and then rejected and went up again, right? That is the 50% of the range, right? That is 50% of the range. So maybe this trade might be done. If it does continue to push up, what we can do is just wait for, because if we do chase it here, our stop has to be all the way down there. But if we do manage to trade above this down candle, then we can take a first trade and place our stop here, okay, and still target that level, okay, for a quick 1-to-1. All right, or we have to wait for price to trade above this down candle and then take the trade with a stop down here, or we have to wait for price to come all the way down here before we take the trade. All right, so it's one way or the other, because since we are still below this down candle, chances are they might still send it back down. But if we trade above it, that's a commitment that they don't want to come down, therefore we can look for higher prices. Okay, so if we do get a trade above this, then we will probably see price scream to that level. Okay, so that's this one. If not, then wait for price to come to the levels I gave yesterday. Okay, pound yen. Pound yen did break outside the range. Let's remove this one. Move that one. We broke outside the range. If we drop onto the daily, again you can see, let's remove all the drawing. You can see they've managed to trade above the down candle in here. Yeah, they've managed to trade above this down candle, so we're looking for this high to be taken out basically for now. If we do get a retracement, okay, if we do get a retracement, watch this low, sorry, this price level. Watch that price level, the opening price of the down candle. Watch that one, the high, sorry, the high of that down candle. Watch that. It might offer support for a continuation to the upside. Okay, if not, then I don't see anything. Again, we're just almost there. Yeah, you can see we're almost there. If I look on the weekly, we've just traded above this down candle. It doesn't look like a down candle, but it is a down candle. Yeah, so we can project that to the upside and look for upside objectives. And 127 should send us above that high, or 168. Yep, so that's 127 there, and then 1.618 will bring us here, and then 2 will bring us right here. Ultimately, I think this is where price will drop back to in there, but for now let's just respect protocol and put it right here. Okay, so the next upside objective is that one, and then we'll be looking for price to reach there. We don't have any clean price entry. I mean, we've just gone above this high, we've closed back inside, so chances are we might come in for a bit of retracement. So do not chase it. Alright, do not chase it. Let price come at least for 50% of this range. Yeah, it's almost at where that daily level is. Okay, wait for price to get somewhere there, and then you can take this kind of trade. Okay, and then you'll be targeting there. All right, so wait for a bit of retracement before you jump in. Aussie yen, this thing is not doing anything. Yes, I did mention to sell up here or buy down there, and we did get, I mean, there's nothing to do on this, so just stay out for now. Okay, unless you want to be scalping, then you can use the stuff that I've showed you. Until then, just stay out because it's not doing anything. Ideally, I want it to run, yesterday I mentioned I wanted it to run this high and then reject, because once they run a weekly high, there's a lot of money above it. Okay, so run the weekly high, reject, and then we should see lower prices. So we don't have anything like that, and we don't have any run down here, so we're just gonna leave it. Similarly to this one, we did have the level I liked up there, we didn't quite get there. For those of you who are action men that want to take action, okay, I did mention that you can take a short from here and place your stop there, but I personally preferred up there. We didn't quite get there, and price swung back down. I still like that last up candle there. It's still valid. If we do get up there, I still will go short. Okay, it will be perfect, because then what will happen is they will run this high, so that will be a form of a swing high being run, and then into a last up candle. That's a perfect scenario you want to see. We did have an example on pound New Zealand back in here before all this raid, so something like this. Okay, we ran a high into this last up candle there. Yeah, so once we do that, that's a lot of money being above here and on this last up candle, and the send price all the way down. So similar, yeah, we run this high into that last up candle and send price back down. So I'll still be interested in that area. So if you're interested, that'll be the next trade idea, something like that. Okay, let's see, let me place an alert up there, and then if we do get up here, I'll send the signal out. Euro New Zealand, I think we've managed to close above the daily down candle. Okay, so we will see a continuation to the upside. Let's see on the weekly. It's been a bit tricky on this one, because we on the daily we got stuck in this range. Okay, so I think what's happening, or what has happened now, we call it reaccumulation in the middle of a like a bull trend. Okay, so when price is going up, okay, they pause, reaccumulate. If we go up and then price doesn't retrace, there's two things: go up, retrace, go up, pause. Okay, two things that can happen, and then we continue going up. So that's what we have now. We went up, paused, and then a continuation to the upside. So we might see a continuation to the upside. To target, let's go into the 4 hour, because there might be some last in here. For now, they will run this high, and then we'll be looking for price to come up here. Ultimately, we'll be running above these equal highs, because there's lots of you know, there's lots of money sitting above all these highs in here. So that's where ultimately I want price to go. Price is running now. I don't want to chase price, so maybe wait for a bit of a retracement. Okay, so let's see if we can get a bit of a retracement. I like this level down here. So if you do get a retracement, that would be fantastic, and I'll look for a continuation to there. Okay, let's see if we can get retracement, and then we can go up there with it. If not, then tomorrow what we're gonna do, use the technique I've shown you guys. Okay, today is already gone. Okay, all you can sell today, pardon me, you can buy here with a stop below yesterday's low and target there. Okay, you can use that technique as well. Pound New Zealand, same thing. That's me practicing. Let's go on the daily. I think this high is gonna go, and then let's have a look on the weekly. Yeah, our next upside objective will be, so we've just gone above that one, and we have, okay, let's just use this one. Like I said, I will teach you guys this one in future. Okay, so next upside objective will be this candle here, and then there. So we've now just managed to trade above it and close. We've not closed yet. Yesterday gave a rejection, and we've now probably closed in today. So we look for continuation to the upside. We might get some bit of a retracement in here. Okay, or even after this highest run, we might get a bit of a retracement on the 4-hour. So yesterday I was doing some what's the word I'm looking for? I was doing some scalping or practicing session, and I did go long in here, but I did place my stop right there, and then price stopped me out into this down candle. So when I was about to go to bed, what I did was, what I've just talked to you about, I did see, okay, if we do come inside, if it's still valid to go up and we do come inside, then price will continue going up. So what I did was I placed the buy stop here. I placed the buy stop there, and I targeted just above this high. Okay, so this is what I did. Right, and then I woke up, price has already, with the news that came out, price has already done its business and took the trade, rejected. I didn't see none of that. I just woke up to see this. Okay, so that was my practice session. So on the 4-hour, we have traded all the way back down to the down candle and rejected. I think we're still gonna continue going up into there. Yeah, we're still gonna go up into there, and maybe take something off here as well, because that's a tiny little gap. So we are a little bit far away. So for longs, I'll place my stop below this low, okay, and target there. Right, or if it does give a retracement, then I will push my stop down here, and then I'll buy below this low. I don't see that happening anyway because the daily has already placed in some rejection, so I don't see that happening. But in case it does, let's say you buy here and then all of a sudden you see a rejection, quickly move your stop down here, right? And then if it does get down there, run this low rejection, then you place more buy for a continuation to the upside. Okay, on the 1 hour, they've already tagged this down candle, so it's not important anymore. We will just see a continuation to the upside, but this down candle is still valid. Okay, they left this one here, so if price is to come back down there, it will still be an active down candle for a buy. That's what I said, if you see price reject, because sometimes that's what happens to me. As soon as I get into the trade, like if I am to buy right now, boom, price will short and will go down. That's what happened to me here. If I drop down to 15 minutes, okay, as soon as I bought in here, boom, price went against me, but it was landing close, so I do understand, right? So if you do get that, and if you are the sort of person that happens to you, then you want to learn how to be patient. Okay, if it does retrace, okay, just push your stop down here and watch this level, because it might be sensitive, and then once price gets here, it will get a rejection, and then with the rejection you can buy for a continuation to the upside. Euro Aussie, we've just blown through it, the 4 hour level, so now we've switched back to being bullish on the daily again. Remember this range I talked about on Monday? That was the daily range, and I didn't want to see that broken. For those of you that were with me yesterday, I did mention that if we manage to close above this, look for a buy, okay, and then between this range, look for 50% or the 618. Let's see. Right, look for 618 and then hold some on to it, because you never know, it might break it and then a continuation to the upside, and that's what we have. Okay, so what will end up happening, is we've taken out this low and then broken to the upside, so the daily has resumed its up movement. So I don't want to chase it. Okay, maybe we'll go for a bit of retracement before the actual move happens. So we'll be currently now attacking this daily high, so we just need to get a retracement. Once we get that retracement, then we can look for a buy. So if you measure between wherever that price will form the high, at least buy at the 50%. Okay, so we've just gone above this daily high, so the 50% would be roughly, let's go back to this. Okay, so maybe somewhere in here with the retracement you can buy there, and then we look for the daily range high to be taken. Okay, so that's our next upside objective, but we need to get a bit of retracement before. And if you are action mad and you want to just jump in and you trust what I'm saying, then you're just gonna buy here, place your stop down there, and then you're gonna sit through the drawdown, and then ultimately we look for this high and that high. That's now equal high placed right there, so we'll be looking for that high and that high to be taken. All right, so that's this one for now. Pound Aussie is a different story. We're still stuck in this range, okay, between that high and that low. We've just, so let's drop down, remove all this. We did run this low, okay, and then reject, and now we've traded above this, so it's looking bullish. on the 4-hour. So if the 4-hour is bullish, we look for a daily high to be taken. So our next upside objective will be here. Okay, our next upside objectives will be there. We've just run this high, so maybe a bit of a retracement could be needed. Maybe during New York session today, we might get a bit of a retracement. With the retracement, you can buy 50%. Okay, so somewhere down here, you can buy 50%, and then place your stop there, and then target up there. So something like this. Okay, something like this. We will get retracement. This last up candle here looks very interesting. Okay, it looks very interesting. I like it. Remember, I said I wanted to go short here or there, so I like that one. So we will get retracement. Yeah, so with that retracement, then you look for a buy. Let's drop down to the 15 minutes to see which area looks interesting for a buy. Maybe down here. Maybe down here. Okay, with the stop just below that one. Okay, that area is very strong. It might cause some form of a retracement. Okay, so do not chase this one. We will get some form of a retracement, and with that retracement, you can just jump in and look for the buy. So if we do get this, that'll be very interesting. That's 421. That'll be wicked. Okay, so wait, do not chase it. Look for a move back down, then buy it for a move back up, targeting this high, and then you take something off. You would take something off here, which would be the high if we do form a high here, or if we do drop. Okay, take something off there, take something off here, and then final target will be up there. All right, New Zealand Swiss. Boy, this thing is dropping. Remember, we did have let's remove all this business. We did have a trade on ages ago, and we just kept drawing down and down and down and down. And I did mention this low and that high, the fact that we're going up will send price back down. Why? Because price is making lower lows, and on the daily we are still what? Bearish. Okay, so where is price drawing to? That's always the question you need to ask yourself. Where should price go to? Because once you know where price should go to, the rest is just to find an entry. But if you don't know where price should go to, then you don't have no business trading it. All right, so that's the next downside objective. We're not far away. We're not far away. I mean, it's just dropped so much that we can't get an entry unless you just boldly sell it and place your stop up here. There's no entry on this one, so unfortunately it's just dropping. So if you want, then you can just jump in. It's a swimming pool. You jump in and then you place your stop up there. Okay, and then you ride it to that level. There's nothing to say on this one than to just, that's where it's going. If it does pull back, maybe during New York it might pull back. I don't think it will, because that's the weekly. This is exactly how I want to see my week. And this is a perfect week. We open, Monday go up, Tuesday run, Monday's high, rejection, Wednesday continuation, Thursday continuation. Yeah, that's perfect. Thursday we might hit this one, and then we could see something like this. Sorry for that. So Thursday we could hit this, and then we could see something like this. Yeah, it's possible, because Thursday usually is the low or high of the week. So if we do get down here, be out, because something like this might happen. All right, so perfect week. We open, Monday go up, Tuesday run, Monday's high, rejection, we look for a continuation to the downside. Yeah, and then Thursday we done. That's exactly how you want to see every week go. If you have a direction, Monday open, go up, Tuesday run, Monday's high, rejection, continuation to the downside. Or we open, Monday go up, Tuesday drop, break Monday's low, and then a continuation to the downside. Okay. Almost there. I want to be as quick as I can today. Aussie Swiss. I think this one is just sideways, because the Aussie is strong, so you're gonna stay out on this one. Do not touch it. Aussie is strong, so it's gonna keep doing what it's doing. I did like this last up candle there. It didn't get there. Yeah, yesterday, that's the level I liked to go short. It didn't get there, and then we saw a move back down. So nothing to do on this. Even though we are dropping, I don't think we are gonna break this, unless we do get some weakness in the Aussie. Yeah, unless we do get some weakness in the Aussie. But because you've no weakness in the Aussie, this thing might stay sideways, so better to stay out. Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD, I gave this level as a potential buy yesterday, and if it does break, I've shown you guys how to flip a trade. Yeah, so if you do break, then you just flip it. Okay, look for a continuation to the downside, and that's what happened today. I think that's what Marco got from, and the New Zealand CAD, something similar. I did mention that we will see this thing drop. Why? Because of all this business here. So there is going to be more drop, but I'll actually focus on this one because of the weakness in New Zealand. I'll focus on this one. So every day I'll look for a sell. Every day I'll look for a sell until it stops me out. Okay, so every day go in, look for a sell. Every day go in, look for a sell until it stops you out. That's just the protocol. Okay, look for a sell until it stops you out. So market opens today, I sell short, place my stop above here, and then I continue to ride it. Market opens, I sell short, place my stop here, and then I continue to ride it until I will sell it, and then market will come up and stop me out, and then I know that the move down probably might be halting. Okay, so that is this one. Let's measure this up candle. We've just hit that 2%, so maybe we might bounce, and that's what we have in. Yeah, that manipulation candle. Yeah, do not forget it. Yeah, exactly 2%. 2%, boom, hit it, and then rejection. So we might be going for a bounce. And let's see, I think the card is too strong right now. The card is very strong, so I don't see probably price going anywhere. If we do, then we'll still be looking for a sell up here, so no problem, right? But let's look for a continuation to the downside. Ideally we'll be looking for a trade below this whole consolidation. That's what I'll look for. I want to see a trade below this whole consolidation. So down here will be my objective, and then once we get down there, then I'll be expecting some form of a retracement. Okay, so let's delete this for now and then draw this. Okay, so once we get down here, look for some form of a retracement, and that retracement, maybe we'll bring it back up here, because that will form a swing high to a swing low, and then we'll be looking to sell up here again. And then finally dollar CAD. I think dollar is strong, CAD is strong, so this thing is now gonna stay sideways. All right, so for our longs that we have, we might have to wait and be patient for the next, because we've already got the first target. For the next upside objective, we just have to be patient, because if we go up here, you can see dollar CAD is next to each other. CAD is stronger than dollar, but you can keep the long and then just be patient for the next upside objective. I still fancy this equal high. Yeah, I still fancy this equal high. We just need weakness to come into the CAD and then dollar to push up more. Okay, I don't see us going down here. If we come all the way down and take out this low, then I'll say, okay, kill your longs. Okay, but we are still in this range between that and that, so anything can happen in here that will not affect what should happen. Okay, so that will be it for now. Yeah, I think I've gone on my mark. So okay, the extended didn't retrace and it's just gone. No worries, just let it run. So what I want, let me go back and quickly show you how I saw. I think they've closed back inside, so we will go into a bit of which is fine. Okay, it's fine. We'll be looking for a sell up here. It's better that way. Yeah, we look for more sells. Let me show you how I caught the reversal here. So yesterday, as I was watching price, you all know that I was looking for that Monday low to be run, right? So what I did was I measured this high, I measured this low to that high. Let me change this. Okay, I measured that low to that high on that last up candle right there. Okay, so I measured this high to that low, and then 127 was the level I was watching, because that, if I drop down, that level was just below the equal low. And if you watch Monday's session that I did, I was pointing to this last down candle. Okay, I was pointing to this last down candle. So when price did run this equal low and hit this, what I was waiting for was to see a rejection, and then I saw this rejection, and then we closed, right? We closed above it. That's all I need. Okay, That's all I need. Once price close above it, it's giving me an indication that they want to at least come to the 50%. Okay, they want to at least come to the 50%. So if they want to do that, that's when I send out the short on Aussie and the New Zealand. So if you go back and check, let me check quickly. At exactly 1 o'clock, this candle close. Yeah, that's 12 o'clock. So when this candle closes, it becomes 1 o'clock. So this candle, as soon as this one closed, that's when I sent the signal to buy and to sell those pairs, because this thing was not willing to continue going down. Okay, and then we saw a continuation to the upside, and the initial target was here, and that's what they've run, and then we've come back down. Okay, so now the next upside objective is up here. So let's see if we're gonna get that. They've managed to close below, so maybe they're gonna come back down a bit more. Yeah, they're gonna come down a little bit more, and we should look for sells in the levels that I've called. I'm gonna do a short recap, and then I'll send it in the signal group so that we all know what we're looking for. Okay, the lesson for today, if you do have any pair recommendation, do send it to me in the community discussion, and I'll have a look for you. The lesson for today is market structure. I'm gonna do market structure for some time, so that you understand more about market structure. Okay, everything hinges around market structure. You want to know where the market is, where is the money flowing to. Okay, where is the money flowing to? I've already done a session on that, but I want to go deeper into it. So where is the money flowing to? On every time frame, okay, on every time frame there is a structure. On every time frame there is a structure that you need to understand. Okay, so what do I mean by a structure? A structure is the market going up or is the market going down? If it's going up, what highs is being respected and what lows are being broken? Okay, so every time frame has got that. So if you're able to determine at least from the high time frame, which is the monthly, all the way to the 4-hour, you will find incredibly high probability trades. But that's if you find them and you annotate them properly, like the way I've done. Okay, so this was a 4-hour low and that was a 4-hour high, and then we did run a 4-hour low, and then we broke above a 4-hour high. Just by doing this will tell you exactly what is going on. Okay, so we have a 4-hour swing high, a 4-hour swing low. I cut it short as a range. Okay, so that's a 4-hour range. So if we do run this low, it's indicating that the structure is bearish or the money is flowing to the downside. So every retracement is subject to do what? Is subject to sell. Okay, that's the structure of the market. Because we broken down, okay, the money is flowing to the downside. So every retracement will lead price to go what? To the downside. If we don't get that and price decides to go above the high, that's indicating that they don't want to send price down again, they want to send price up. So that's a structure break, and we're looking for higher prices. But what is going to happen is, because this drops down, okay, and takes out a low and it rallies back up, usually what's going to happen is people are going to chase this. Okay, they're going to chase it because I think there's three group of sellers that is going to gather around here. One will be the sellers who will be selling here, because they will see, like I explained, market structure is bearish, so they're gonna be selling up here. All right, and then the other group will be the breakout traders. Okay, they'll be saying, okay, price has gone above this high, so let's sell it. Okay, straight away those people will get killed right there. Okay, and then the third group will be, okay, now price has broken above it, so let's buy it. Okay, so three traders: sellers here, sellers up here, and then buyers up there. So there's a lot of things going on in here. All right, and that's what makes it interesting. So with your understanding of market structure, what would generally happen is, if we break above a swing high, normally price is gonna retrace. Yeah, price is gonna retrace because people will chase this. When it breaks, people will chase it, and then price will retrace against them. And what will end up happening is it will sometimes retrace deeper. Okay, it will retrace deeper, and those who went short will enjoy, but they will think that price is gonna continue going down, because most people don't understand structure. Okay, so they're gonna think price is gonna continue going down, so they're gonna hold on to their trades, and then those who bought above here, they will not be able to hold their trades till price gets even down here. Right, so if it does retrace all the way down here, you know that the structure is bullish. So wherever price retrace to, whatever happens, your stop should be below here. Okay, and you're not buying up there. You wait for price to retrace at least to 50% minimum before you consider buying. Okay, at least 50% minimum before you consider buying. And then once price gets here, you join the new trend, because the market structure has shifted to the upside. Okay, so two things that you need to understand: if we break above a high, do we close back inside? Because if we do close back inside, the market is going to go into a retracement. If we don't close inside it, then we will see a continuation to the upside. And I just gave you an example in here. Okay, with this trade idea, this long was taken. Okay, so market structure is what? Bearish. So if we come up, what is the swing high that took market structure to be bearish? This one here. Right, so if we've broken down and this high took price down, retracement, we're looking for a continuation to the downside. If we don't get that and we break above it, that's bullish. But if we break above it, are we gonna go into a retracement? That's what I'll look for. Okay, that's what I'll look for. So if we break above it, I'll look for a retracement, and if it doesn't retrace, then price is gonna continue going up, and that's what happened here. All right, so hopefully this market structure lesson has helped you to understand more about the market. There is more to it, and I will do another session maybe tomorrow regarding the market structure. Okay, if you don't have any pair recommendation, then I will end here, and then I will see you guys. I'll be doing the afternoon session on YouTube, so maybe you can join, and then we will see what the market has done with the dollar in the afternoon. Okay, so take care of yourselves and trade safely.